Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames and work our way down to the lower time frames and look to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. All right, guys, let's hop into the charts. And starting off with the weekly chart here, we can see that we've closed two candles bullishly above the 21-day moving average. So this is pretty good for us. This gives us the hope that we could reach the 100K Bitcoin that we've been talking about in this channel. And so far, even though we're only about 2 days in, this candle so far for this week is also above the 21-day and it's green. The stochastics are only halfway, so we still have a lot of room to move up. So this is giving us a good sign. If we head over to the daily chart, we're flagging out here. We started being a little bit bearish with these two red candles, but yesterday we actually closed green with a indecisive kind of green candle though, but we're still above the 21-day moving average. And we kind of did drop down a lot today, all the way down to like 93,400, but as you can see, we wicked up and we're currently in a bullish hammer here. What's bullish here is also that the 21-day moving average crossed the 200-day moving average. So it does look like we could continue to anticipate a move going up. The only thing that's bearish is that the stochastics were high and we are on the way down. So we still probably need a couple more days for this to round out. As long as we can stay above the 21-day moving average and the 200-day moving average on the daily, we should continue to be bullish. Now let's head over to the 22-hour chart, and what I wanted to show you guys here that's bullish is not only is the 21-day moving average crossing the 200-day, but as you can see, the 50-day moving average just crossed the 200-day moving average, and this is known as the golden cross. This is also very bullish, and as you can see, the stochastics on the 22-hour are low, so this could definitely give us a pump up as well. Let's head over to the 8-hour chart. Now the 8-hour chart, the stochastics are low, they're on the way up. We're currently below the 21-day moving average, but we have a green engulfing candle, and it does look like we could burst through that 21-day moving average pretty soon. We still have 4 hours and 30 minutes for this candle to close, so let's see where it ends up. Heading over to the 4-hour chart, we were bearish yesterday because we lost the 21-day moving average, and we stayed here for a very long time, but it looks like we kind of double bottomed here, and now we have a very big green engulfing candle that's surpassing the 21-day moving average, and we still have about 30 minutes for this candle to close. So if we're able to close above the 21-day moving average, I would say that we are starting to get bullish again. Currently it's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is 95,140, and the 21-day moving average for the 4-hour chart is at 94,998. So as long as we could close above that, we remain bullish. And also you can see that the stochastics are not all the way up here yet. We still have room to go, so it looks like we might pierce through there. Heading over to the 1-hour chart, here we're still a little bit bearish because we are above the 21-day moving average, but we're below the 200-day moving average. We're starting to get toppy, but this could drag out, so it looks like we could possibly continue being bullish as long as we could pierce this 200-day moving average, which is at 95,300. We also are going to remain bullish, so this is very important for us to do that as well. And if we head over to the 15-minute chart, we're starting to get a little toppy here, but we are above the 21-day moving average and above the 200-day moving average, so this is currently bullish. Now guys, remember, Jerome Powell will be speaking tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of what's going to happen tomorrow will be determined based on what he says. If the market likes what he says, then I could see Bitcoin pumping. If they don't like what he says, I could see Bitcoin dropping. Now the levels to look for if we do drop is we need to stay above 90,000 basically. Worst case scenario, we have to stay above 88,000 now, because that's where the 200-day moving average is on the 4-hour. So we cannot lose that. If we lose that, then things could start getting a little bit bearish. Again, tomorrow is going to be very volatile. We might drop, we might come back up. Tomorrow's going to be a weird day, so you guys have to anticipate that. But as long as we could stay above the 21 and the 200-day moving average on the daily, I remain bullish, and I think that we will get to 100K Bitcoin. All right guys, that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Check you out in the next chart.